Today's lesson is all about learning 2 ways to play the C major chord. We start with our easy version, and then we've got to move on to the full C major shape. Now, to start with, we are going to take the E, B, and G string, and we're going to put our first finger with our left hand on the B1. So that's the first fret of the B string, and we're going to strum from the G string down, so the top, or I should say bottom 3 strings. Now what's so important here is to get really nice and fingertippy. Notice the arch shape that I've got going on here as well, so I've got enough clearance for both these strings, and it should sound nice and clear. Now if you're getting this, just play each string to identify the problem and then try and correct it. Once you've got that, try taking your fingers away and placing them back on. Then take them away and place them back on again. And another way that you could practice this is if you were to take a timer and practice it. You could, for example, you could set a 30-second timer, a minute timer, whichever you prefer, and then each day you try and beat, or each week you try and beat the amount of times that you can play that chord correctly within that time, and that way it just helps track your progress. Now if you need to pause the video here, feel free to do so and practice that a little bit further, but I'm going to move on to the full C major chord position now, and the reason in which we've learned the simpler version first. So we're going to use that simpler version to lead, and this first finger is going to be our leading finger into this full C major chord position. So what I'm doing here is I'm taking my first finger on the same first fret of the B string, and then we actually miss a string, and our middle finger is going to be on the second space of the D string, followed by our third finger, which is going to be on the third space of the A string, and we're actually going to strum from the A string all the way down. So we do not strum this low E string, we strum from the A string down, and it should sound like this. And again, get nice and fingertippy with your fingers so there's plenty of clearance. Make sure you've got that arch shape underneath so your palm's not right up against the guitar neck. And I'm going to take our fingers away, use that first finger to lead with the other 2 falling in place. And a closer look at that movement. So our first finger is going to go round, and then these 2 fall into place. So we have this movement. Now a slightly easier way of remembering this shape that I like to use anyway is, if you imagine this is like a downhill ski slope that we've got here. So I nickname this one the ski slope chord, C major ski slope chord. So we're going to take our hands away and keep just practicing placing them. Take them away and place them back on. Now I know this chord shape is a little bit tricky to learn, so I don't expect you to be able to pick it up straight away, but stick with it, and I guarantee you over the next few days and weeks it will gradually become easier until you've got that shape stored in your muscle memory. So stick with it. Just remember, use that first finger to lead and allow the other 2 fingers to fall into position. Just remember, smash that like button, hit the subscribe. You've been watching Music Halls. As ever, I'm KH. Keep on rocking.